Hey, I'm back again. Here's my next video here. I wanted to just do a quick video on Greg's newest intraday system, which I try to put together as best I can. I think I got it pretty decent, but here it is. Basically, what you want to do is come in here and add Keltner channels, and then you're going to add whole moving average, simple, and you don't have to add pivot points. I mean, that's not part of his strategy, so I'm not going to keep that in there. That's my little thing. And then you're going to add full stochastics here. The next thing that you're missing with the way he did his was that trading that Thinkorswim has is the full stochastic difference, which if you can see on my other video here. Basically, this would be the layout here. That actually gives you a signal or a signal to buy when stochastic gets positive. It crosses the midline, and then it give you a nice little arrow. So it's just calculating the difference between the two lines on stochastic, and then when it goes positive, it gives you a buy. Like when it goes positive right here, it gives you a buy signal. When it goes negative here, it gives you a sell signal. So I mean, you don't necessarily need that if you can just use your eyes, and you might even do something like this, where you come in here and just add like a moving average to this. Let's just see here, moving average. You can just do something like that. Just add, this is just a 9 moving average that you added on there, and then just buy when it crosses, sell when it crosses. So here's the basis of his intraday system. It's on a 15-minute time period. 20 length Keltners, multiplier 0.5, unchecked exponential. You can keep it on there. It changes as just a tad. So that's your own preference. I don't know which is better. You have to test it. Just using upper and lower band. Upper green, lower is red. Circles instead of lines. You can use lines if you want. It's not necessary that you use circles, and then background doesn't matter, so you just hit OK, and then the whole moving average is just based on a 20 period for the length there. So, and then sources close. So this would be about as easy as you can get for intraday, and it would work just fine, I think. I mean, it's pretty cut and dry. You're using just a 15-minute time period, so you're not trying to stay in trades too long. I would definitely write up a 1, 2, 3, 4 rule-based system here for this. Like, hey, I'm only going to buy on the cross, and I'm only going to sell when it maybe hits the top of the channel, or when I see it cross below the whole moving average, or I see a cross here. So I mean, this is a decent, given the fact that this ran into the weekend, this is not necessarily a sell signal that I would take, so that might be another rule that you would put in there. Here's a sell signal right here that you could have definitely ridden pretty nicely, right? And then another buy that you could have held pretty nicely. Wasn't horrible. So you got a point there. I mean, this sell signal gave you 5 points on SPY, 6 points on SPY, which if you're in options, that's a really nice move. Let's just go back and look at some of these other sell signals, buy signals. So not much happening here. As in this little area here, it doesn't look like, I mean, this was really your only good signal. Otherwise, you would have been pretty chopped up. So maybe not using this when we're basically bumping into all-time highs twice in a row. But you probably got some good signals that you can take here. I mean, this is not going to be perfect, but I think it's going to be better than his old quant system. So I would definitely consider using this over that. And if you're using TradingView, this is about as good as you're going to get. And you might be able to find some ways to improve on it, but I definitely would suggest just adding this moving average to the full stochastic, which is you just got to click these 3 little buttons here, add indicator, and then find the moving average. And then you can come in here and edit it with this little gearbox, and you can make it whatever you want. I'm just going to leave it as 9 here. So I mean, you could probably smooth this out, but I would just test it. Just run with it. see if it works. I don't use this. You guys have seen my setup. It's pretty basic. I don't use this particular system, but it's a good system. I mean, the system itself isn't going to make you money. It's going to be the rules that you have, the signal, how clear is it, and then over time, maybe take 20 trades. Does it work for you? Are you net going to come out ahead? Is there going to be an edge there with using this trading system? So I don't particularly like this one, to be honest. I mean, it's okay, but for me, the way I trade, I'm not that much of a technical trader. I mean, I'm a levels trader, so I like charts that give me levels. I like charts that give me I like charts that include the 50-day or the 50 moving average for whatever I'm trading. I like a chart that gives me the 200 moving average for what I'm trading, and then I like a 10 and 20 moving average. And so my basics as far as moving averages go. The next thing I do is I wait for levels. So I'm watching levels, like on ETH here. I'm waiting for levels. I'm waiting for this to break 1419. And my system is kind of like I'm looking for momentum. I'm looking for slows in momentum around levels, and I want to see patterns building up near levels. I don't want to see. I'm not just trying to trade, intraday scalps. Like, I'm not trading this right here. I'm not messing around with that. What I'm waiting for is the pattern to build up near this all-time high, and then I'll make a trade. That's my system. But Greg has a good system if this is the type of trader you want to be. If you want an intraday scalp, I mean, I'm seeing some decent, clear moves here. You're going to get chopped up here, but then you had another nice trade there. So, just looking back like 3 days, you've got one, just say 2, 3, 4 good trades that you could have had. Now, how many trades would you have been chopped up in? I mean, probably a couple here. But, this looks pretty solid if you just you don't even need to use this stochastic. Just get rid of that. Because I'm just looking at this here. You really just trade this whole moving average, and every time it breaks, you just go the direction that it's taking you here. You don't even need these Keltner channels. I don't even know why you would even mess with those. Look how clear and simple that is. You had a trade here. And so what I would like to do, I guess I'm going to modify this now because it's not horrible, but I would like to add pivot points like I do with everything. I like these pivot points in here and get rid of the show historical. And I like to see kind of where it's trading as far as these pivot points. And the only reason I like these pivot points is because these order flow traders and market makers are looking at pivot points. So I like that. Another thing I would like to add in here is the previous monthlies. So I like this particular previous quarterly monthly in there. So I like to have previous open and closes for daily, weekly, monthly, and quarterlies. So it gives me some other levels to trade off of, again, because market makers and order flow traders are looking at these levels. Also, other traders are looking at these levels as potential support and resistance. So you can see where it got chopped up in these levels. Here's a weekly level here because it's blue. I just know that that's a weekly level that it was trading off of. Actually, it's not trading off of that. Anyways, okay. Here's a weekly and a monthly level that you'd want to be watching. And another thing I like to add in, you gotta have the upgraded version, but I like to add in these visible ranges here for volume profiles. So it's also very nice. You guys, a lot of if you see my other videos, this is kind of just like my style, and then I just trade patterns around it. So in here, you definitely had a break here. Do you buy on this break? I don't know. If you knew that this was a level here, then you'd probably wait for this break. And you can see right when it broke, it was a nice big candle. And I was short SPY here, and I wasn't using this system, but I was short SPY because I already knew that coming out of this little range here, that it was not good because it had just come off all-time highs and it was just looking really, really weak. So everything was looking bad. All my positions were going red and everything. So I was just like, well, let me just get some money from SPY here to cover some of these positions. But yeah, you had a nice little move there. But you can see every time it crosses this whole moving average, it's giving you a decent signal, and that's about as simple as you need to get. You don't need all this other stuff I'm putting in here, but I like levels. I like patterns around levels, and this isn't bad right here. You could probably, if you just traded SPY only, you could probably make some money doing this. Now, obviously, SPY right now, where is it at? SPY right now is at going to be 37, probably going to open up at 379. It's at 378.9 right now, so looking at SPY 378.9 ish. So SPY right now is literally trading. The futures are literally trading at a previous daily open or close. I can never really tell. Let's see if I can tell which is open or close. So let's just do this. Previous day open is going to be, the previous day open is going to be, let's just say, let's just make it bigger. Okay. So that's the open. And so all the opens are going to be big. And then all the closes. Okay, so that's a previous open. So this is where futures are trading right now. If SPY was open, it's just trading at the previous day open. And this is the previous day close, I believe. If this formula is working correctly, that is going to be the, and then this is the previous week open. And it looks like it closed right at the previous, so that was the previous week close right there. All right, so now it's all coming together. And so it's going to open here, so that means it's going to be above this whole moving average. Are you going to buy? Well, you have this previous day close. That was the day before, so this is calculating the day before, so this is calculating Thursday. So this was Thursday's levels right here. So Friday levels that'll be happening are, here's the close, which is the previous weekly close as well. So that's a big level right there. And the open, which was right here, basically just opened and dropped. So right now it's trading right at that level. So there's your pivot point. 2 pivot points there. That would be of interest to me. And then obviously you're going to get your all-time highs, which would be another point of interest as well. So I don't even use Helkanashi, to be honest. You wouldn't even need to, really. Helkanashi is nice because it's going to give you a nice trend to follow, but I just like candlesticks. I'm just basic, I guess. Candlesticks, for some reason I can read them pretty decent. But yeah, so I mean, did we break out tomorrow? What I'm looking at now is it looks like a breakout coming. I mean, I'm not a freaking genius when it comes to this stuff, but I mean, it looks like a breakout coming to me. It's like 384, 388, 389 coming soon. Anyways, that's how you set up his other trading. So obviously I know some of you didn't watch the whole video, but I was kind of rambling. But here you go. Like and subscribe and comment. And I'll see you in the next video.